Hey there, Alti Zeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Sword. In the last episode, we defeated Marnie and Hop to become the ultimate challenger of the gym challenge. We bested the gym challenge, so that's neat. And then everything started going to shit because the plot just doesn't know how to plot, and we're stuck at the whims of complete and utter fucking nonsense. And so as I go through this, I'm just going to just really delve deep and, like, really make it clear why this is so stupid. As if it wasn't as stupid as it was already. Because we basically have, like, the basic concept of why this is dumb already. Like, oh, Leon is late for dinner. Oh, he's at a meeting with Chairman Rose. He'll be late for dinner, and he said so. Okay. And then everyone's just up in arms, like, oh, Chairman Rose is doing a bad thing. How dare he hold Leon up and keep him hostage or something like that. It's so dumb. And see, here's the thing. The reason why this is so dumb is because clearly the game is trying to set up on some level, like, the idea of, like, oh, Chairman Rose is doing something bad. And, like, spoiler alert territory, I don't fucking care, this game's story is atrocious. Chairman Rose is actually a bad guy, but here's the thing. He doesn't do anything bad. Literally until the very climax of the game, which this is not the climax of the game. Literally, all Chairman Rose has done in this story is prevent Bede from destroying a mural, which didn't work anyway. And that's basically it. Like, he's done nothing else in the entire game. But okay. Benefit of the doubt. We want Chairman Rose to be a bad guy. Okay. So, like, this entire scene could, in theory, work if there was this idea that Chairman Rose was a bad guy. Like the game wants him to be suspicious, wants him to be, oh, what's Leon doing here? So, there's a main reason why this doesn't work, and the reason is the story has not fucking existed before this point. The story actively was being hidden from us because, oh, we're kids, let the adults handle it, mysterious explosions, vague blah blah blah, oh, you don't need to learn more, you're just kids, we'll let the adults sort it out. The problem with that approach is that, number one, while it technically might be a little more realistic, we're playing a game as a protagonist. The story needs to happen to the protagonist. Okay? So, like, basically, preventing the story from happening to you and kind of rubbing that in your face that, like, the game will literally not let you, like, engage yourself with anything. Like, the game pretty much rebels in the fact that it's like, oh, just go do the gym challenge. You don't need to worry about weird explosions. You don't need to fight Pokemon. And it's like, on the one hand, I understand the idea behind that. And I don't even think it's necessarily wrong for the adults to say. If Leon and Sonia and whatnot say that, sure, fine, that makes sense. Hell, they're being a bit responsible. The annoying thing is in our characters' responses. Because we're a silent protagonist at the whim of Hop's desires, and Hop is a fucking idiot who's like, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll just go along with what you say. And so, as a result, we don't get to participate or find out anything about what's going on. We don't even really get we get the tiniest slivers of hints that something's going on, basically, that something weird is going on behind the scenes. But number one, there's no indication that Rose is involved at all, at any point. It's very forced in this specific instance. But then also, like, here's the thing. In the idea of, like, oh, adults are trying to prevent the kids from engaging in stuff, think of it from, like, any other sort of, like, perspective of storytelling where, like, you have younger characters like that, like Harry Potter or Percy Jackson, I don't know, anything like that, where, like, you have younger characters who are told, don't participate in the story, guess what they fucking do? They force themselves to participate in the story anyway. They sneak around, they break the rules, they go behind the backs of the adults, they do things. So, the fact that in this game, where you could have had your cake and eat it too, have the adults try to be a bit more reasonable. Don't let the kids participate in dangerous situations, but then the kids rebel anyway and fight in the precarious situations. And so you get to have you get to be like, hey look, see, the characters are being responsible this time, but then also you still get to do things and experience the story and not have to deal with the stupid shit of like, oh, well, I guess we're not allowed to experience what's going on. We don't get to learn about the characters very much. It's just dumb. So, like, because of all that, because there's no setup whatsoever about any suspicion on Rose or anything at all, as a result, this entire sequence is completely worthless. Oh, if I knew you had dig, I wouldn't have. I would have killed you first. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So it's just a complete failure, because it's a failure in multiple points, but I do think the key point of failure is just the fact that there's no suspicion on Rose. We don't really know Rose. The idea that he's a bad guy doesn't have anything to do with anything, because at most, he's just a billionaire, or whatever. Which, yeah, billionaires are dumb, but that's a capitalism thing. Not a, you're going to hurt our brother. And, like, this entire sequence is like, we're literally breaking and entering into just some random, into a fucking, like, it's, imagine, this is basically like we're breaking into the fucking Empire State Building or something. Because Bill Gates has a meeting with our brother or whatever. I don't know. Like, it's just dumb. It's just so dumb. There's no reason for any of this, because as presented, there's no reason to be suspicious. Hop is just being unreasonable, and we're a fucking blank slate who can't think for ourselves, or say anything, or reject this idea that's going on. And that's another frustration with the blank player character, because as the character, like, the player character is not a character. They don't have a personality to their own. They don't really exist. They are an avatar for us. But us, as the person playing the game, it's so bloody easy to see where this makes no sense and is really stupid. So it's like, we're just not allowed to point out the fucking obvious. And I hate that. More than anything in storytelling, what I really, well and truly hate is just when characters act stupidly. Like Hop using a normal type move on a steel type when you're a double and have fighting type moves, you fucking idiot. But it's like, it's just so dumb, and is the lowest point of all of Pokemon writing in the entire history of Pokemon. So, yeah. It's just stupid. And it still somehow manages to get a little stupider. I do think this is the dumbest part of the whole game in that regard. Like, the stuff that comes after this, it doesn't help. It's also stupid. But I wouldn't say it's worse than this. It's more like, you know, like, this is the worst of the writing decisions in that regard. I don't know. Whatever. We're just gonna mash through it all. It's dumb. Just dumb. And, like, it really sucks, because I don't want to complain. Yeah, it's kind of fun and easy to rant about stuff, and, like, as a writer, I like being able to, like, critically analyze stuff. I do that all the time. So, like, I would critically analyze a story regardless. But, like, I don't like hating a story like this. I don't like hating it. Like, there are Pokemon stories that I enjoy. I think Gen 1 works really well for its simplicity. I think Gen 3 is amusing enough. Like, it's got a lot of logical fallacies to it, but, like, the characters are engaging enough, and it's, like, there is at least some element of, like, the characters who are acting stupid aren't the player characters, basically. Which makes it feel better than this. I think that's also why this feels stupid, because, like, we can also just kind of see, like, why are we doing this? There's no reason to be doing this. We're the ones acting stupid here. And we're forced to because the game won't let us say no. And that's annoying. Like, Gen 3 is at least kind of fun, and I respect, like, the real-life parallels that it has to, like, Japanese, like, the old Japanese, like, what would you call them? Like, environmentalist groups? I don't know. Point is, there was, like, a real-life historical precedent for it that got exaggerated. And so, like, there's a validity to that I appreciate in hindsight. And then Gen 5 has a very fun story that works well. And Gen 7, like, Gen 7 has a good story, it's just not a good story for, like, the player protagonist. It's a good story for Lily that would work better as Lily as the protagonist. But, like, point being, it's still well written. And Gen 9, the generation that comes after this, like, it's got some dumb stuff too, but then it also has, like, in my opinion, the fucking best writing in any Pokemon game. Like, in one particular instance. So it's like, there can be good storytelling in Pokemon games. To say nothing of spin-off games, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, cough, 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 at least Explorers of Sky and Super Mystery Dungeon. Less so Rescue Team, and definitely less so Gates. But, well, I guess I shouldn't say definitely Gates. Gates' story was not really the part I took issue with Gates. I didn't play that much of Gates, so whatever. But, like, point being, story can be good. Story can be good in Pokemon. Story should be good, because it just makes the game better. And so, like, the fact that this story is just... what I would consider it feels rushed. It feels like they wanted to make Rose a bad guy, and so they had this idea for, like, this big, grand, like, attack sequence sort of thing, which is not inherently a bad idea. It's just executed so horrendously awfully. And now we're fighting Oleana. Time for us to go home. Because I will not allow anyone to disturb the great Chairman Rose. You shall be the first if I beat you to pieces, and the champion will have no one to battle and will thus lose heart. In that state, he will listen to anything the chairman says. And now Oleana just goes fucking buck wild for no fucking reason. Like, it makes no goddamn sense why she's like this now. Like, we don't know what Rose and Leon are even talking about. Leon doesn't know we're here. So, like, the idea of, like, oh, if we lose to Oleana, Leon will get depressed and listen to Rose. Which is like, does Rose... What are they even talking about? They don't know. We don't know. It's just... whatever. It doesn't fucking make sense. It's stupid. And dumb. And Oleana is, like... Like, I like the idea of Oleana. This really, like... really dedicated secretary type. Like, there's a fun idea with there, especially because, like, Rose kind of feels a little incompetent at times, the few times we fought him, so it's like, there's this fun thing of, like, she's kind of, like, the real power behind the throne, in a sense, like, the servant who knows more than the owner. I don't know, that's probably not the best words I could have used, but you get the point that I'm saying. So, like, there's a good idea behind Oleana, it's just that the entire situation that she surrounded herself in is just so fucking stupid that I don't respect her, or Rose, or any of this game's writing in this as a result in this, like, big old climax scene. Because we needed a villain, and so Rose just wound up being forced into that mantle. So it's just dumb. It's just dumb. I'm sorry. Oleana, I am sorry. I wouldn't be here, Oleana. But, like, that's the other thing. Like, Oleana's not a bad guy. Oleana's literally just working for her boss, trying to prevent the boss from being in a meeting. The worst thing she does is, like, this, like, it was that weird, like, oh, if Leon knows that I beat you, then he'll be depressed, and that will help us manipulate him, like, which is, like, really weird and kind of comes out of nowhere. I guess it's not necessarily a good thing, but, like, it's very weird to have that kind of be like, oh, that means, like, you're an evil witch. I don't fucking know. She's just trying to do her fucking job. We're busting into her office. We don't have any reason to be here. It's nonsense. It's just nonsense. Oh yeah, we can Dynamax if we want to. It's not like I do that in this game, but whatever. I mean, for me, it's more just a personal challenge of, like, I don't like Dynamax that much. Well, but I would be fine using Dynamax in a more strategic sense, but for me, the strategy is genuinely more fun to not Dynamax because it adds at least a little bit more challenge when our Garbodor here is going to Gigantamax into a giant trash heap. Is Garbodor Steel-type in any capacity? Or is it just Poison? It might just be Poison. I'll just Pyro Ball it. Or whatever. I think I'll treat you to something truly spectacular. A Gigantamax at Rose Tower. I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of Oleana being like this really stoic person until she gets really pushed to her limit, and then she's just the most balls-to-the-wall anger person imaginable, taking it out on us. Like, there's a validity towards that idea. I don't dislike that part of her. It's just the fact that this entire scenario makes zero fucking sense. It's not fun to go through any of this. None of these battles mean a goddamn thing. Oh no, you hit us with a rock. I'm alive. Neat. It started a sandstorm. Oh. I've got 3 health, apparently, according to the video capture. I can't see it on my TV. Until Pyro Ball hits. Oh, you're faster than me, for some reason. I'm gonna guess that's an ability thing? Either that or miraculously a speed tie. Or whatever. I mean, this is the last fight in this sequence, so what the fuck ever. I don't care that much. Nardole, sure. I don't really know what's strong on poison other than psychic, but I think Earth Ground is good. I think it's an ability thing where Sandstorm means that it's faster. What's that called? Sort of like Swift Swim, but for sand. I don't know. Whatever. It's fucking dead. Yay. Defeated Oleana. And she got just this very adorable pout. Oleana, you really are a hopeless woman. Alright, and now we did all that nonsense. No, 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 no. Ah, this is inexcusable. Any gym challenger who's made it this far would be no pushover. Under normal circumstances, I would have tried to delay you further. All the necessary wishing stars have been collected. Do as you wish. There's nothing to be done now. We're unstoppable. What do wishing stars have to do with anything? Everything I did to further the chairman's own goals. And there they just are, completely unperturbed by the giant trash heap that was there. And now, the stupidest fucking next part of the stupid fucking cutscene. Leon, we've discussed this 100 times already. And you still fail to understand what's at stake? You, who is supposed to be our champion. I think I understand well enough. What I don't understand is why we ought to cancel tomorrow's tournament in order to solve a problem that's 1,000 years away from affecting any of us. What difference is one day gonna make? My duty as champion isn't this madness, it's to carry out that championship match. That's what Galar wants, and what I want. It's what we've all been looking forward to for so long. No, you don't understand. You still don't understand a thing. Look around us, Leon. Look at the Galar region stretched out before us. And know that the energy required to keep this brilliant, glittering world alive will be exhausted a millennium from now. The people of Galar today will no longer even exist. What Galar wants today hardly matters. The future is more important than just one day. We must act as quickly as we can. We must take action in order to avert tragedy, so that all can look forward to a better future. In 1,000 years! Fine. Look, I think I understand your concerns, Chairman, and I give my word I'll help you with your plans just as soon as tomorrow's match is over. Lee, you never showed up when you were supposed to, so I got worried that something had happened. Piers and Marnie and all those Team Yell oddballs, they all helped us to get out here. And lo and behold, fucking nothing was happening. They were just talking. Sure, might have been a little heated, there might have been a little bit of argumentation to it, they might have disagreed. But there was nothing fucking wrong, and this entire scenario was completely fucking unnecessary. Never mind any of this, let's head back to the hotel and we'll all grab dinner. It's on me, so you can order whatever you fancy. And we don't get in any sort of trouble for breaking and entering and messing around with a whole bunch of people in their jobs. It's completely fucking ridiculous and stupid and... One for the history books. You still don't understand, young champion. No, I am going to change the course of history. Now we're here. This is it. Did you get enough sleep? You and your team are the ones battling, but I've had Butterfree in my stomach since I woke up. Challenger ulti, the finals will be starting shortly. I'm here to escort you to the stadium. Look, they're not bad guys, Hop, you fucking idiot! There's no good league staff and bad league staff! Why are even the league people getting in on this? It's literally just... We were trying to break and enter into a meeting that was completely perfectly fine and nothing was going wrong! She was cultivating her own group of league staff in secret to be deployed for things like that debacle last night. It wasn't even wrong reasons! It was a bunch of troublemaking kids were trying to break in to the... You can trust her because her sunglasses are slightly colorful. What if she just swapped the sunglasses out? What then? Who can we trust, if not the sunglasses? Here at Wyndham Stadium, we're gonna show everyone the greatest battle. Get ourselves checked in. And... I wanted to look at these because I thought they might be shops, but apparently they're not. They look like they're supposed to be shops. And they kind of are shops. Like, you're selling League cards, you're selling Pokemon food, but like, nothing to actually buy. So like, weird, whatever. Do I want to keep going? I don't even know how long this has been. Honestly, this might just be... Well, I started it at the tower. Probably like 20 minutes, 25, maybe 30. I don't know, I can... But here's the thing, I don't know how long this is gonna take. Oh, we'll just get started. Sure, whatever. I'm sure there's a point where I can, like, save in between things if I feel like it's going on for too long. It's me! Alright, so this is the Elite Four. This is the Elite Four version. This is the tournament that I was talking about. So now all the gym leaders get into a tournament, and so we fight a bracket, basically. We fight our own way through a bracket. So... Well, let's just get started. In we go! Can do at least, like, one of these fights, if not two. I think there's... I think there's 3 total? Probably goes without saying, but hello, Galar, I'm your champion, Leon. The chairman is tied up with some business, so I hope no one minds me stepping in on his behalf, in order to lead you all to greater heights as Pokemon trainers of the Galar region. Time has come for you to battle it out until only the greatest challenger remains. So on behalf of the chairman, allow me to say, let the finals matches begin! Hooray! Wait, you... Well, we fought our other 2 rivals. It was time for one last fight with Bede. He's the challenger who was forced to withdraw. I have a score to settle with Challenger Ulti. I'm aware this is against the rules, but I must ask nonetheless. Let me battle her. I'll stake my career as a challenger on this battle. If I lose, I'll retire from being a trainer. Ever since you showed up, everything I've done has gone wrong. It was Oleana who asked me to gather wishing stars for the chairman, but then the chairman himself disowned me. And a strange old lady comes out of nowhere and drags me into a boot camp on fairy-type Pokemon. Do you have any idea what I've been through? Covered in pink, dealing with quizzes, and battling with fairy-type Pokemon every day. Here I am pouring my heart out to you, when I've never lost my cool before. Champion himself has accepted Bede's sudden interruption. And... we break the rules. Because Bede. So Bede, in a way, kind of accounts for part of this weird-esque Elite Four. We face too much to quit now. We've got no choice but to win. Just gonna Pyro Ball you. Might not kill, but who cares? Okay, it did kill. Now you got a Gardevoir. You know what's strong on Fairy? Steel type. Yeah, I know, they're not gonna eat berries. Your mind has been clammed. I don't remember exactly when Bede's interruption happened in this sequence, if it happened after the tournament of guys, or beforehand. But it happened beforehand, as you can obviously see, because otherwise we'd be fighting, like, Nessa or something. I don't know. You've got a Rapid Dash. Man, Rory, you're slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Tisk. What's that with that calm expression? Think you're going to win? Yes, I've got a steel type. You're even shuddering in front of me. We'll show you a truly great pink. It's time for my dear Hatterene the Gigantamax. There it is. It's a thing. Doesn't really even look that different, to be honest. I don't pay attention enough to Hatterene's design to really know. Wow, oh, crit. Well, that's a shame. I just need somebody who's fast, so yeah, Jamie can take care of you now. Oh, you fucking bitch. Whatever, you're wasting a turn of your Gigantamax, I guess. Alright, so 50 did that much. 120 might kill. Cool, okay. Alright. Speed defeat. Congratulations. Is that really truly showing how great fairy types are? I think it just explained to them that, hey, by the way, steel types are strong on them. I lost. And then people are happy for him. Don't retire. This isn't what I planned. If I was able to defeat you, then everything would be fine. Even if I lost, I was going to use retiring as an excuse to get away from that old lady. You just keep messing up my plans. With everyone cheering me on like this, I have no choice but to continue my training as the fairy-type gym leader. I suppose with my talents, I'll be able to take Miss Opal in no time. And there we go. So, I do think I am going to end the episode now, just because I feel like that's probably a better place to end, and now we can just do the rest of the quote-unquote Elite. I keep calling it the Elite Four. It's not really an Elite Four, but yeah, I'll move on and do the rest of the stuff in the next episode. And yeah. There's a thunderstorm somewhere in the wild area. Only a couple more episodes to go of the stupid parts of this game. It really, like, cause that's the worst thing. Is like when replaying the game, I was kind of I was enjoying like replaying through the earlier parts of the game. Like it kind of had a slow beginning, but like then you kind of get onto it and like giving things more of a benefit of the doubt, like engaging with the game more, like exploring towns more, like pointing out like, yeah, some of this stuff's not great, but like I'm still doing okay. Spike Move fucking sucks, but like we kind of move past it, but then like weird little hints of like things being dumb keep creeping in, but I'm trying to have a positive interaction, and like I'm finding more positive stuff about the game. Raihan's fucking awesome, and then it just, if it was veering close to the edge before, then it's like it's veering close to the edge of a cliff, and then suddenly it just fucking explodes. Hits a landmine, and then gets launched into the stratosphere. Like, it doesn't take the negative expectation that it was, like, so close to being. It just goes even worse than could have possibly happened. Instead of just falling down a cliff and getting into an accident, it just fucking explodes. It's dumb. It's stupid. And we'll get past it. I think in the next episode, we'll see. Might be 2 more episodes. Actually, no, it's gonna be more than that, because I just remembered the post-game exists, and I'm gonna have to deal with that shit. Which is stupid for completely different reasons. This game's just not got good writing. It just doesn't have good writing, and maybe that's why I had like a negative view on Hop, because I associated his character arc with the bad writing of everything else, when his character arc is just kind of fine, and so it's just like, in retrospect, I got so annoyed at everything else going on that it kind of soured everything, even the parts that aren't necessarily terrible. Probably, anyways, I just kind of been meandering around on a blank screen. I'm just gonna save the game and see you guys next time.